Play cams.
T-shirt.
As ready as I'll ever be.
Oh no, we can't. It's copyrighted to Disney.
Right. Well, now they can hear us, so.
Well,
we're not
good place to join.
We're not Disney, but if you do know anyone at Disney that wants to sponsor us, we'll take it. So, welcome to. It's you guys! Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming! You'll be shocked to know that we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons 5e tonight in our campaign Fables Among Titans, and this is session 13. So, welcome to the channel. I'm going to go through some lovely announcements-y type stuff first, and social media stuff, and then we'll get right to the dice rolling. So, Harry's got new hair. Well, you know, new town, new tavern, new hairdo. Right?
New Harry.
New Harry. So,
spoil yourself.
if you want to follow the channel and whatever we get up to at Heavyweight Gaming, you can do so on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Well, that's not really social media, but go to YouTube. You can watch some of our videos. All the stuff we've done previously since March. There's a lot of it. Get it watched. It's really cool. If you're into cyberpunk or fantasy or anything RPG, just jump on there. It's really, really, really cool. And the latest edition was the 3-part vampire game that the lovely Jade ran for us. So you get your teeth into that and have a look at that. So yeah, social media, just type in Heavyweight Gaming, you'll find us. If you wish to support the channel financially, not just through your love and shouting about us, which is very, very, very much appreciated. If, however, you do wish to support it financially, Dwarf Warrior, I'm looking at you, you can subscribe to the channel via Twitch. You can, if you are an Amazon Prime customer, Amazon give you a free Twitch subscription to give out to a content creator of your choice. If you don't wish to give it to us, please do use it on other content creators. It doesn't cost you anything. Amazon just... Does that actually give you guys money? Which bit? Which
Prime
bit?
thing. The Twitch Prime.
Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime does. So Amazon will pay that subscription to the channel. Half of it will go to Twitch, half of it will go to the content creators. So if you don't give it to us,
pence.
if you don't give it to us, please give it to someone else that you watch, just to make sure it doesn't get wasted, if you do have it. If you go to our Patreon page, again, just go to Patreon and type in Heavyweight Gaming, you'll see a couple of tiers from a few dollars to a few more dollars. You can throw in a couple there and you will be rewarded with a arcane script, a magazine completely filled with 5e stuff. It is all about Colossus, the world we play our games in, and it is full of lore, classes, feats, all homebrew, subclasses, spells, NPCs, adventures. So yeah, you get that, and it's about 30 pages long. We've got some lovely artwork in there and stuff, and it's great. So if you do wish that, go to Patreon. On the bits thing, as Tess has just said, all of the bits. If you donate 200 bits, it will give the party a reroll that they can use. Not each, they just get one as a party. They can have 5 at any one time. They have to use it this session. They cannot use it on any of my rolls, only their own. And the bits all comes to the channel. It doesn't go anywhere else. So yes, that's lovely that. And that's our sponsors for the show. Ashana, she is a glass crafter. She's currently live now, but don't go watch her, stay with us. You can watch her later. She is, and oh my god, Emrys has cheered for 1, yes. I'm now retiring and buying my Lamborghini that I can't fit in, so it's pointless. But yeah, if you want to go see a glass crafter, go see Ashana. She makes figurines out of glass. She's making a hedgehog. Look at that. Is there any channel you don't watch, Tess? Jesus Christ. So yes, you go check her out. She's absolutely amazing. As soon as the lockdown's finished, she's going to be sending us some little dice protectors, which are little dragon figurines to protect your D20s and scare away the nat ones. Ooh! But they're really cool.
Or Mel Stone.
Or Mel. Just Mel. They're just going to scare all Mels away. So yes, we'll get them over. Our other sponsor is Ruffworx Creative. Go to Facebook, type in Ruffworx Creative as you see it on the screen. Look at their photo albums, and it tells you everything you need to know. His leatherwork and woodwork is fucking incredible, and has recently done some collaborative work with Sawdust Swearwords, another one of our beautiful sponsors. So yeah, so go check them out. That's the sponsors, that's the social media. That's the bit. 48 hour. Yes, thank fuck for that. I nearly forgot that. So at the end of August, bank holiday, so the 28th to the 30th, we will be doing a 48 hour charity gaming stream where we'll be playing tabletop of Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, Carbon 2185, Vampire the Masquerade, Call of Cthulhu, Gamma Worlds, a possible urban fantasy-esque, I will assume is on 5e unless I'm told otherwise. There we go. So that's what, 7 or 8 there. Plus we'll be doing gaming in between, so like Destiny, Apex, Fortnite, Minecraft Dungeons, World of Warcraft, Sea of Thieves, to fill in the gaps between setting up the tabletop shows and such. 48 hours that'll be. If you want to watch it for 48 hours, that'd be great. We're doing it for 3 charities. These 3 charities are Mind, which is a mental health charity, Rainbow Trust, which is a very poorly children's charity, and Mermaids, which is a pride charity, essentially. So if you just go to Google and put in Mermaids charity, Mind charity, Rainbow Trust charity, you'll get all the information, way more informative than me just trying to read it all off a bit of paper. But go in there, have a look at them. They're really, really great charities. And a lot of the people that we play with and are involved in our little community, it means a lot to them. There's those 3 charities in one way or another. So if you can, jump on and donate. You will see the Just Giving link pop up, I hope, if I've turned it on in the chat. So you'll be able to go straight there. If you hit the donate button beneath the stream, or if you're on a mobile phone, you might have to click about and it'll show you the donation button. If you use that and you donate, just add a note to that donation saying which charity you wish to donate to, and then I will manually put it into that charity's pot. We're currently looking to get £1,500 collectively. You should be able to see on the stream a little donations bar that is currently sat at $160 out of $1,884. I can't change it to pounds, so I've got a weird dollar number to work with. But yeah, that's what we're trying to get to. We're at 8.5% at the minute, and we've got 40 days to go. So yeah, so share it about. If you can't throw any money, don't worry about it. Just share it with your friends that haven't been furloughed or fucked over by the COVID, and tell them to throw in your share as well. And we'll make sure that those 3 charities get a few quid. So, I believe that it is. Oh, my little introductions. We are still missing a Kate. Bless. But she will be with us sooner or later. She's our Ashley. In fact, she's better. So she's ginger, and I prefer gingers. So, and we have Luke playing Kesvion, the fighter. We have Mel playing Aristotle, the swashbuckler. We have AJ playing Daelfin, the blade singer. And we have Jade playing Xandria, the warlock, ambi dagger wielding warlock. No spells included. So, I'm going to play some little music while I do my
Dramatic reading.
Dramatic. Oh, is that a bit loud? For those of you in the chat, we use Syrinscape for our ambient music. The players can't hear it, but I and you can, so yay. If that's too loud, please let me know. I'll do my little, turn it down a little bit. Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you, Mel. How's that popped up? Oh, spooky. So, of the last couple of sessions, Spanish accent, they have made their way to a town called Malron. They were on their way there because they are essentially on a mission from the Fae to find out why the humans are trying to infiltrate the Copper Forest and take the magic from it to do whatever they're planning. The Jesuit, which is the Archfey of the Copper Forest, would like their aid in finding out why. So, they went to Malron behind a entourage of representatives from all the provinces in Ravenholm, and led by a, we'll call him a Death Knight. It seems to have fit quite well. All these symbols on his armour are socks, apparently. But he's currently in the town. Malron's there. The town is on an estuary. And lots of stuff. It's a very jolly town. This is the House of the Red Lady's province. There is a lot of whites in their uniforms and banners. Their main symbol is an empty hooded travelling cloak of like a crimson colour. And everyone is quite jolly in this town. There's a big market square. They're having a great time with the with said market square. We left the party after being out in the pissing down rain for a good week, looking for chill out time, a bit of a scrub, some grub and a drink just to chill out. Ari and Zandria Ari arranged bunks. Ari and Zandria went to the bunk rooms and essentially have hit their I'm going to have a power nap moment, and they're just chilling out after the travels. Kesfion was like, I want to wash, it's been absolutely ridiculous. Went to the bathrooms within the blue cask Dwarven Tavern that they're in. Where are my notes? Yeah, blue cask. I was like, Jesus Christ. He's in the bath. As he looked to his left, or his right even, as he looked to his right, there was a elven woman with very long auburn hair, sunk to the neck, so the water line is to her neck, beneath the steamy waters in this bath tub, and there's three of them in there. Kess is in the middle one, she's in the far right. The pile of clothing next to hers is very richly made, very expensive, reds and oranges and pinks in colour, and he doesn't recognise it because he wasn't there. So outside,
the door.
Yeah, that door was big and hard though. Dalefin, however, decided to leave the party. But as he got out of the tavern, he bumped into an old acquaintance, Samo, the bodyguard of Lady Akiku. Now, they had a little conversation, which ended with Dalefin putting his rucksack back where he was sitting with his friends, and just going for a steady walk into the market. An announcement was made that in a few hours the Council of Ravens will take place, which Ari has explained to the party is when a decision has been made throughout Ravenholm and across towns and cities. It gets announced what that decision is. Considering there is an entourage of representatives from all over Ravenholm, it's a good chance they've got something to discuss, announce, put forward, etc. So in a few hours that will be happening. Dalefin spotted in the market area that the Death Knight was walking around checking out the stalls, basically, just having a good old window shop. There's no windows in the stalls. So, I will go to Dalefin first to find out what he was actually getting up to when he saw the Death Knight. So 3, 2, 1, Dalefin. They're in the market square. You see the Death Knight pottering around. What are you doing?
I'm going to keep a level of distance from him, but I'm just going to follow, see where he's looking, see what things he's looking at. Basically try and get a rough idea of where he's going back to as his point of rest. And just, for want of a better word, I'm going to stalk him for a bit.
Are you trying to remain hidden, as in unnoticed by him?
Yeah, for the moment.
Cool, give me a stealth roll.
19 on the dice makes it a 22.
God damn.
Elves.
Friggin' elves. Alright, cool. So, you... What do you get? A 22?
Yep.
My first dice roll.
Put that bardic down before you start.
Step away from the bardic.
No, which one? I'm looking for the bardic.
I really hope it nat ones on you.
There's bardicinspiration.co.uk. If you go there, you will find the best dice. And a bard, apparently, as the chat I've just heard a bard kicking his music. So, first dice roll, Bardic Inspiration. There are other people that sell dice out on the internet.
But none are as friendly
But
as
no,
one
yeah.
as us.
Ooh, I can't be making those kind of clips.
So,
Probably can. You see me at a con?
did you roll that bad? You feel quite confident, Dalefin, that the Death Knight is blissfully unaware of your presence. Give me a perception check.
not as good. 15.
15. So the stall that Zandria was checking out, or at least noticed earlier, where it was a bit Tinker Tailor bric-a-brac type, it had lots of different cultural ornaments and bits and bobs on the large tables. That's where the Death Knight spends the most of his time whilst in the market square. He goes to a few others like oils, and he don't go anywhere near any of the swords or anything like that. He's just looking at stuff, and you notice him looking at oils, clothing. He stops at one of the flower stalls, but then he spends his most time at the this bric-a-brac shop, and he purchases 2 items that you just don't quite see what he buys. They're made of wood though, you just can't see the image of whatever they are. And you're just going to follow him around, yeah?
Yeah, just gonna do the Assassin's Creed stand at a stall, pretend I'm looking at stuff while looking at him, sort of thing.
Covered
Press
in
X
weapons
to
and that.
blend.
Yeah. Just blend in with the monks nearby.
Yeah.
Cool. You do that. How long do you want to follow him for? Rest of the day,
Until
or
he goes back to somewhere. Basically to probably get ready for whatever's coming later. I'm gonna keep an eye on him until I know where he's effectively putting his head down.
okay. Cool. So I'll go with about an hour, give or take, maybe 50 minutes, but we'll round up. He begins to leave the market. He's talked to a few people. There's obviously an element of some people initially are taken aback, but he's very comfortable with them, and they appear to be very comfortable with him. You get the impression that he's a known figure. Like there's no threat or aura of intimidation. He doesn't. I mean, he's big, and he does not. No one cowers from him. A few people, when they, that initial, there's a 7-foot bloke in plate armor next to me, sort of. But when they realise who it is, they're relaxed. There's a very chilled atmosphere around him, and everyone seems to be jolly towards him.
As I'm going around then, one of the people he sort of passes or seems to recognise him, I'm just going to ask, who's the big guy? Sorry, not from around here. He seems kind of out of place.
2 seconds. I'm just turning the music down because it's really loud on my side, so I don't know if it's really loud on their side. So you just stop some bloke, and you notice him nod towards the Death Knight, and the Death Knight nods back, and off he walks. You give him a nudge, very nondescript. Just turns to you, looks you up and down at first, and then thinks nothing of it. You don't know Ulrich.
I'm not from around here. I'm going to point to the Vey outfit. That's probably nothing like most of the people around.
Okay. To be fair,
Just
he
you don't
is.
see someone of that size. He's imposing. I'm impressed.
He's a big one, but he looks after us.
Is he like the guardian of around here then? Is he?
He's Lord Protector of the Red Lady.
Thank you very much.
It's a great honour that he's here, to be fair. He sometimes passes through, but we've not seen him for a while.
Well, like I said, very impressive. Thank you for the information. I'll exchange a name. I'll exchange my name with him. If he has one, I'll take it.
You're exchanging names with the...
Just the randomer.
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
My name's Erwin.
Nice to meet you. Thank you again. I'll sort of pat my shoulder and carry on with what I was doing.
Cool. You carry on. Give me a perception check.
Hold on. Making notes now. I'm supposed to do it.
Yeah.
16.
Just as you head off to follow the Death Knight, you look over your shoulder and you see a person in a long white robe that has got a cream-coloured wraps to the forearms and a belt which just holds the bagginess of the robe close. There's a big hood on it that's down. Their hair is just long and dark, very much like a lot of the people in Ravenholm. They don't appear to be strikingly obvious or relevant in any immediate way. They're not carrying any weapons or appear to have any armour on them, but they just speak to the... you do notice the sash that hangs down on the left hip, and it is that of a hooded wolf.
Okay.
And they just talk to Erwin.
Alright. Try and keep around with Death Knight for a bit longer, see where he goes, see where he finishes up, and then I'm going to head back to the bar afterwards.
Keep an eye on him. There is a small sign ahead of you that is like a wooden road sign. There are two pointing further into the town. There is one pointing back towards you, which you can assume is directing people to the market. But there is the two signs in front of you. One states the village of the dragon, and one states the district of the lamp, as in light, LAMP.
Yeah.
And he's heading in that direction. So one of those two.
Okay. In that case, I will double back and head back to the tavern. Now, any further, I'm probably going to get caught.
Cool. Kesfion. So obviously that's taking you about an hour, Delphin, so we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
You're in the bath. It's very nice. It's hot. You feel very at home in the water. You clean. It feels fresh. It's nice to get all the not desert grit out of your hair, off your skin. You notice behind you that there's an array of oils and scented stones that are used for scrubbing and such, and some thick woolen towels. And there's a similar array of stuff behind each bathtub, to be fair. The elf next to you appears to be sleeping.
It's a good way to drown.
Well, there's another t-shirt.
So
Sleeping in the
says
bath
Tsunami.
is a good way to drown. I think he will probably spend a good portion of the hour just like not asleep, but similarly like submerged kind of as much as he kind of can, just like soaking in the heat of it, because I would assume it's probably the warmest they've been
For a
since
while.
leaving.
Yeah.
Since leaving, and I imagine as well that wee bit sore after sleeping on the ground and faffing about killing redcaps and the like. So probably spend most of kind of an hour kind of doing that before kind of getting out and then getting back to life. But he's not really going to
Not engaged, you're just going to relax and enjoy. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. About 40 minutes in to your soak, the door opens and in walks a very familiar figure of Samo. He's in his armour. He's in his ivy green armour with the ivory leaves going all over it. He's got his falcon helmet on, sorry, with his everything fully kitted, and he deliberately ignores looking at your bath out of respect of privacy type it comes across as. So you're pretty confident he doesn't even notice you. And he walks straight to the end where the lady elf is in her bathtub, and then he just stands in a guarded position next to the clothing that was on the side, and he just stares at the floor, but he makes no acknowledgement that he's seen you. But it's definitely Samo.
That's probably what Kess will do. Going from kind of like being like mostly submerged, kind of double taking a
Drowning.
Yeah, should have fallen asleep, guess.
Well, it's a good way to drown. Not an issue I think he would have, but it's intentionally. I think, yeah, little bit of a double take of kinda wasn't expecting to ever have to cross paths with you again, especially. And I think with that, he'll almost like not try and sneak away, but like just be like, oh, if you're gonna not notice me, then I'm gonna not notice you. But kind of make a hasty towel off and exit, just, and like catch up with the rest and be like, hey guys.
Oh, so you're gonna try and get out of the bath and. Okay, give me
Probably slip, knock my teeth out.
give me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand, not to eat myself.
As naked, you try to get out of a bathtub in the same room with somebody else, gather
Without
your
dry.
things, and leave without being noticed.
No, he doesn't do that. And even a +3 to sleight of hand will not assist that roll.
Thank you,
It's not a
Sawdust.
bardic inspiration, guys.
I was gonna say, you've been reading my dice.
But that is a whopping 5.
Noted. Just so you know, you've just, for the lovely Sawdust Swearwords, had 200 bits donated, so you have a team reroll to use. Thank you very much, Sawdust.
Thank you.
I'm not going to waste it on Kess trying to get out of the bath.
I mean, I feel like you should.
I feel like it's the best. I'd waste all 5 trying to get out.
No, you know, I'm sure worse
Come along.
worse things have happened at sea, or after just getting off a boat in our case.
Yeah.
That's fair, that's fair.
That's
So
good point, actually.
as you try to somehow like sliver out the
Slither.
bath, just trying to
Shit!
just your pearly white ass, just Samo, you just hear a voice as you sort of turn to try and get out of the bathtub itself. So you're only like half out the water, and you just make, you know, that squeaking noise when your hand rubs along the bath.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
It's
saw-
like the
yeah.
loudest noise anyone's ever
You've made
heard.
that
in their
noise
life.
on a stone bath, so well played. And you just hear Kesfion. Definitely from Samo.
Flee.
He just kind of like
Gabriel
goes from,
comes out
like,
the water.
about to hoist out to like just slightly deflates. Like, oh shit.
I've been rumbled.
Rumble
Cheese it.
before you even cheese it. No. He'll just kind of like sort of look back over and be like, oh, Samo?
The elven woman still hasn't flinched. Give me a perception check.
She's dead.
Wow.
This feels now implicated.
Okay, that one. Where were you 2 seconds ago?
I'm just going to change my
That
notes.
is a 21.
Oh, cool. So you noticed that as you're talking to Samo, there's a twitch around her eyes, like a raising. You'd half expect her to be smiling, but there's no. Her lips don't move or anything. She just the closed lids flicker,
Yeah.
as if restraining from smiling. And Samo just walks round the bathtub to your bathtub. Where have you been? How are you? It's been what, 5 weeks since we saw each other?
Oh, stuff it. Kiss isn't remotely shame. He'll just be like, we've had a job to do. It's miserable out in the road here, so we've just kind of stopped in to not be rained on for a little bit.
I saw Dale thing outside.
Oh, I thought he was stopping for a drink, but
He's gone for a walk to clear his head. He's okay though.
okay. That's kind of like, why did you feel the need to explicitly? sure. You just traveling?
We are on our way home. I'm escorting, and then he's kind of realised what's happening and what he's supposed to be doing and where he's at. And as he sort of flustily turns, Lady Akiko is sat up in the bath. Gives no fucks of modesty. She's Lady Akiko. If anything, you should be averting your eyes. But she just nods across to you, and good afternoon, Kesfion. Samo has spoken of you and yours. A towel, please, Samo. Yes, my lady. And Samo walks back round and starts gathering her things. She steps out, he wraps her. And then you see her cast. Give me arcane check.
Someone's TV is very loud. There's some shouting happening, there's clearly some action happening.
It's too loud. I can't hear it, would you? You just have to go sit and guard on them.
I heard go, go, go! So it's clearly like, some infiltration.
That's the sign for a Kess to roll initiative.
There's Kess's inner monologue. That is a 17.
It's only shooting, but you'll have to deal with it.
Yeah, I can't mute that. But Becky says no. Cool.
17.
17 on the Arcana check, yeah?
Yes.
You do indeed see her just sort of flick her hand and cast
Prestidigitation.
That,
Yeah.
she casts that. And her hair just goes from soaking wet to dry and flowing. It's like watching Back to the Future when he puts that jacket on. And she, for those of you who get that reference, you're very old. If you don't, you should go watch Back to the Future. But yeah, she dries herself instantly, but remains in the silken robe that Samo put around her. It's bright pink with some oranges and reds woven into the bottom. And she just strides towards you. Are you still in the water? You are. You didn't get quite out.
No, I think at this point he's gone from like trying to hoist out to just standing in the middle of the bath, just like, oh, this is
She
my life, I guess.
she looks you up and down and goes, my water must have been warmer. How do you find yourselves in the same tavern that I am?
He's just gonna fold his arms and just kind of like make direct eye contact. He's gonna be perfectly polite.
Lady Summer Deep is like burns.
Fucking dying here.
I love you, Kiku.
Samo, did you say you saw Daelthin outside? Yes, my lady. He's with Caspian. They are travelling together. He's gone for a walk. Yes, to clear his mind, you said. Why here, Caspian? Why would you travel here?
It was the closest town to where we were.
You were all the way in Ebendorf. You travelled all the way here from Ebendorf.
Yes.
Deception check.
No,
you're telling the truth. Yeah.
All the way here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a lie.
I'll give you that.
Look, I have not. This is not the first day I have played my dude.
Don't make me Becky roll. Okay. Where to next then?
Where the road takes us.
You told Summer you had a job. Surely that has an ending, a direction. It's not just wherever the road takes you.
Some jobs are more fluid than others. We're not quite sure exactly the direction this will take us in, but we'll follow it.
Okay. Summer, I'm tired now. Yes, my lady. We are leaving. Take care of yourself, Caspian, and take care of Daelthin.
I'll pass on your regards.
She looks you up and down again, goes, and then leaves.
Kes just sinks back into the water and is just like, well, all that relaxing was for nothing.
Hey, you've got the bath to yourself now.
As she leaves, Samo leaves as well, but he does a quick turn to you and does a very low nod stroke bow, and then leaves as well with Lady Akiku.
He'll kind of give it 5 minutes till he knows that they're probably well free, and then he's just gonna. Now he will get out and cheese it back to the room. Just be like, guys!
So as Kesvion comes into the room, Ari and Zandria, you're at the end of essentially a 1 hour nap. Kesvion comes into the room, piss wet through.
So, Samo and Lady Akiku apparently are staying here as well, just in case any of you wanted to know.
How lovely for them. Did you not even take a moment to dry yourself?
Like, he dried enough to, like, put clothes and stuff back on, but with the amount of hair that he's got, it's not gonna dry instantly. And he doesn't have prestidigitation. Wow.
I know, I looked to go, could I have taken, I could have taken prestidigitation, I didn't, god damn it. I was just kind of like, why are they here?
I don't know, but they are. And apparently Dalton's gone out to clear his head, but he is okay. And you're kind of like quotation marks. That okay.
Dalton,
fantasy.
You're back. Yeah, fantasy. Okay. You're back in the tavern. Your backpack is where you left it by the table. There's still no sign of your friends.
I'll take a seat. Actually, I'll go get a drink of water from the bar for a cup of coffee over it. Then I'll take a seat.
Cool. She gives you a tankard of water. Back to you, three in the room.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't sure where we were. According to Samo, so don't know what's up with that. But thought you guys might want to know.
Well,
Bath's now free of people. If you guys want to check it out.
I'm not really that surprised that Dalton went on a walk, given the little run-in he had the other night.
Yeah, still to hear about that.
His clan leader came to him, and she was not happy.
Oh, okay. Because Lady Akuku wished him well. You don't think there's something...
Well, given that Lydia Kiku is of the sister clan, her opinion of Dalfin might be coloured differently, but her sister, Dalfin's clan leader, calls Dalfin a traitor.
Okay. This is a mess. I'm gonna go see if I can get some food and if he's back, because this is kind of going arms and legs.
I'll come with you. The food does sound like a good idea right about now.
Well, back in the bar again because I looked completely different. There we go. But hey,
That's your life.
You walk back in as Arya, and not as Blondie McStevenson?
Nope.
And the moment you walk back in, 6 of your exes are all sat at the bar.
Only
Oh,
6?
no.
Only 6? This is a D100.
I was being nice.
So,
No, but I know who he's going to put in there now.
you don't know.
Oh, I do.
You walk into the bar area and you can see Delphin sat across the way.
We'll kind of give him a wee sort of wave, and go up to the bar and see about getting some food, and then head back over to Delphin.
Cool. You sit at the table with Delphin. Delphin. There, sat at the table with you. Oh, this is easy, this DM in Malarkey.
And he's just going to start talking into his food, and then go, so Samo and Lady Akiko are here. And then just goes back to eating, but like looks pointedly at Delphin as he does so.
Samo said hi.
Yeah, Lady Akiko wishes you well as well.
Oh, well, at least one of them does, I suppose. I got a bit of information while you guys were all relaxing. Your friend, Kesfions, goes by the name of Ulrich, Lord Protector of the Red Lady. Big guy, large amount of armour.
Oh, that guy.
He's off in that direction. I'll point out the door. I couldn't see if he went to either the Village of the Dragon or the District of the Lamb. One
Kesfion,
of the two.
give me a history check, Kesfion.
Oh, that's an intelligence roll. That's what we want.
No intelligence here.
There's not a lot of it, but that is a 14.
The name Ulrich rings a bell. And that's all you get.
And Ari doing a history check.
Yeah, with advantage.
Because you're not an illiterate muffin.
Not 20 on a product, guys.
Ulrich, son of Scion of the House of
It's always fucking one, isn't there? So,
One of Ari's accent.
Yeah,
so turns out, Harry, it's your wife. So,
Ooh.
to Kesfion, you recognise the name, which, you know, Ulrich may be a common name in Ravenholm, but it definitely ain't a common name down in the Desertlands. And it just rings a bell. For whatever reason, just tweaks at your memory. Harry, I'm sending you a 42-page email. So, Ulrich Steinson is the Lord Protector of the House of the Red Lady. Not in control of the armies or any forces that might be classed as military in the province. Quite literally is the Lord Protector of the Red Lady. The Red Lady, as far as you are aware, is the deity, the Red Lady. The people that rule the province are a small family that claim to be descendants of, or bloodline of, or, you know, they claim that superior nobility. There is a claim among them that they stood with King Reinhardt back in the day and have lived since. Their blood is so pure and they're chosen, etc., etc. That's a common-ish amongst most people. You being who you are will have access to more knowledge, and you are aware that there is truths to their claim in the sense that they are very old, but how old and how accurate they stood with Reinhardt is the thing in question. Now, the reason they're so old is, one, they dabble in necromancy and such things, and they are also not entirely human. There are rumours that they are half-elven. There are rumours that they are full-elven. And there are rumours that they are Asamar or Asamar of the Red Lady herself. But this is high-level rumours because of your upbringing rather than fact. But yeah, Ulrich Steinson is the same name as the personal bodyguard of King Reinhardt, who died a good 1,000 years ago. So a lot of the stories say that it is just an honour to take that name. So the Lord Protector Ulrich Steinson becomes more of a title rather than
Dread Pirate Roberts. I don't think we're that lucky.
Yes.
So it is a title rather than his actual name. But also
More of a title question mark, rumours say.
Exactly.
With my notes.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Some say it is him. Others say it's just the title passed on to the next Lord Protector. But everyone in this generation only has ever seen him. So, that you know of anyway.
He never removes his helmet, does he?
Yeah, he takes his helmet off. You've seen him.
He's got his helmet off just now.
Yeah, and you've seen him at the guard tower with his helmet off.
Yeah, he's out that way.
Well, let him stay that way.
So you may carry on, Delphin. I do apologise. You were just telling them that Death Knight's called Ulrich.
No, that was literally the only information he needed. Got them off the other subject.
Go.
Name. It's a bit weird.
Is it a popular name here?
No.
The DM says otherwise.
Ulrich might be, but Ulrich Steinson as a wunner is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that name is kind of rumoured to be like, well, the title was rumoured to be the personal bodyguard of the king that ruled a very long time ago. But it's more of a kind of a title that's passed down, but with the necromancy, and he's like the personal bodyguard of the Red Lady, potentially, or Lord Protector of the Red Lady.
What?
It's all a bit weird.
Would Caspian know about the Red Lady as a deity? Or is it very this region?
Give me a religion check.
I think Harry actually did tell us that already. But we covered the fact that Red Lady was a deity.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, but it's more.
Anything further? Give us a religion check.
You don't know shit.
Yeah, other than Harry telling you that she's one of the
That's a
Pantheon.
6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's one of the Pantheon.
I'm not doing great tonight. Mel, of you.
Touch the
30
door.
I
years.
have not infected your dice. I've not been to your house.
Long
remember?
distance. Put yourself on my dice.
On a zone called Ruined.
What is it that the Red Lady's patron of?
So Harry,
Deities usually have.
give me a religion check.
Oh boy.
You know of the Red Lady, but you are not a religious person or part of this province.
And I just like ring up Malika
It's
and
got
just be
no
like,
20 on
help.
the same dice. Apparently Luke and I swapped dice deities today.
So what did you get, Harry?
Not 20 on the same dice.
Jesus Christ.
That's 2. I hate
That's
you.
2 in the row.
I'll send
on the same
you
dice.
another 42 page. Right, so the Red Lady stands for protection, the home, the hearth, as in fire hearth. Assuming I've said that right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lifeblood, healing, longevity.
Nowhere in there is necromancy.
Longevity and lifeblood.
I guess.
Healing?
Okay, I guess. So a swirly whirly kind of wear about necromancy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Read them out to me.
Protection, home, hearth, lifeblood, healing, and longevity.
Yeah. I didn't miss any, that's cool.
You were taking notes.
So he's a holy warrior then, is what we're going with.
I'd normally say that, but I don't really know a huge amount about this kind of stuff. Like, around my end, they're kind of more about what you can do rather than who you believe in.
I was just wondering if there was a tie. But with the whole longevity thing and this person possibly or possibly not having been around for an obscene amount of time, they don't look human. It's not out with of realms of possibility, but that I hope I'm wrong on that assumption, because I don't particularly want us to be going up against someone with over 1,000 years of expertise in this field.
He seemed very skilled when he was fighting, but there's a lot of skill warriors like that.
We need to find out what this thing tonight is, and then I suppose it will be reacting to whatever information we get there, see if we can follow this Ulrich a bit further.
Yeah, it'll be, well, usually a few, like when they said it was a few hours before sundown, I believe.
4 hours before sundown. Love how you're looking around like, hello, voice of man. Come on, voice of man.
So,
Just to throw a real sort of caltrop in the works here. What happens if their declaration is we're all going to war and the Copper Forest is getting it in like 2 days? Do we carry on following or do we find a way of stopping them?
We would need to alert the Copper Forest, but at this point I don't know how we'd stop them. This is a lot bigger than what I thought it once was.
it's suddenly got really big and personal at the same time, which is just weird.
On that subject of personal, is your friend here, Harry?
What friend?
The one that we were speaking about before, about you maybe being able to have the ear of.
The one that I saw in the marketplace earlier that I deliberately avoided. That one.
I'll take them as a yes. Maybe some information from them might help us?
I'd really rather not.
If it's the difference between getting a few hours' notice of a civilization being wiped off the face of, it would be appreciated if you would put aside your discomfort.
Yeah, Larry.
Don't put me off. The worst.
Look, I've already been found wanting apparently today, so you can suck it up with your ex. Out of character, obviously, that last statement.
Whatever. In character. Go flirt.
Deploy.
Deploy the bard, deploy the bard, go, go, go.
Charm
Okay,
her,
deep breath,
woo,
Mel, and back in the room.
charm her, woo her, do whatever you do as a human. Gain her affection. Find out some information. You can do that, right?
Been a long time.
If the circumstances were not as dire, I would not pressure you to do this, Ari, but like Dalton said, if we find out tonight that the plan is for the entire nation to turn against our people in the Copper Forest, then we're going to need all the help we can get.
Either an announcement of what they're going to do, or it's actually them meeting later on.
But if we know what the meeting's about, even
Yeah.
forewarned is forearmed.
I guess if I go back out as myself, then I should probably try and work out where.
Thank you for the raid, Pigeon Ahoy.
Ahoy, hoy.
We're in a bit of an
It's
emotion.
gravy time.
Oh, thank you for the thought. We're in a bit of an emotional moment right now, Pidge, so I can't do a Wookiee impression, so you'll have to just imagine it. Thank you very much for the follow, Clappy.
Like, I'd rather have company if, like, at least to try and find her, and then I can try and talk to her and see where we go from there. But I mean,
Not it.
It's a good
He
shot.
just like he literally just like sighs and like. Ooh.
What, she knows that I have a dislike of her, so
She
she wouldn't let anything go if she saw me with Harry.
I do. I don't know if it'll help. If I go, I can be near, but I don't know if she'll share as much with you.
It's highly doubtful, considering, well, we're
We
Fae,
kind of-
and he's a Fae, so highly unlikely given the situation.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'd have someone nearby that's friendly to come back to, at least if I come back. Oh yay!
Don't
If
worry,
you come
Harry.
back-
I will wingman you.
So,
That gets a chuckle out of him.
Ari and Dalefin, are you going to leave to go find Elva?
Yup.
Cool. We've just received another 200 bits from Cora McStrap, so thank you very much for that. Team, you have another reroll.
I am offended that you all assume in the chat that I'm going to put my foot
Twice.
in it.
Twice
Yeah,
you've
twice
received
now.
bits. Fuck Espidon.
It's not like we're... It's not like
Until
we're
tonight,
trying
I
to tell
have
you
had good rolls, guys.
I've been having the good rolls tonight. I'm like,
If it helps, Caspian, you put my kids through uni, so so you just keep being you, baby. Keep being you.
I'll do my best.
So, I know where Ari and Delphin are going to go. Xandra and Cass, are you planning anything, or are you just finishing your grub up and waiting for them two to come back?
Grub
Finishing,
and...
yeah.
Yeah, grub and bath for Xandria, because she's like, time to go and have a soak.
Cool. Xandria, when you go into the bathroom, it's completely empty. There is no one else in there. All 3 tubs are empty. I do need to know which tub you get in though, left, middle or right.
Right. I was mentally thinking in my head, and then I was doing eeny, miny, mo.
The greatest choice ever given to a D&D player. Shit, which bathtub? I've been rumbled! Right, cool. As you get into the right-hand bathtub, you are filled with visions of home. You can smell the sand, the spices, the fruits, the fauna of where your tribe travels and such. You can feel yourself beneath the leaves in the oasis. You just feel at home. You look around, you're still in the bathroom, but it just feels incredible, almost as if there is an enchantment upon that tub. Feels lovely. Guess you just had water. So, but
He's fine with that.
that is true. That is true. So, Cassie, Xandria's having a bath. You're finishing grub, chilling out in the tavern. Or
Yeah.
Yep, cool. Give me a perception check.
Let's roll a dice with the skulls in it. That seems...
Jesus.
That one.
Not quite. But Jizo, you almost cursed me.
Who's making your rolls? You need dice check.
I don't know. I need to get these smudged, apparently. That is a 21. We were so close to getting a 1 there. That's 19 and 2.
Cool. During your time where Xandria's in the bath, let me know if you wish to act on this. Somebody walks into the bar that stands out a bit more than the rest. They are dressed very nicely. They are not massive, but they do have a heavy footfall. So as they walk to the bar, you can hear that doof, doof, doof as they walk across the wood. But they are built not much bigger than yourself.
Okay.
They are, they're not a horrifying 7-foot Death Knight. That's where Ari's going. I'm walking up to the bar. You see people look, and some recognise, some pause a moment, then recognise. But what you see before you is a humanoid, and you see them from the head up now as their clothing is just covering normally. They're not in armour or any weapons, but you see that silver grey sash hanging from their belt. It has, at the bottom of the sash there is an anvil shape. It's kind of embroidered into it. Nothing expensive or, extravagant. It's just a very simple design of an anvil at the bottom of the sash. Male or female, like they don't really tick any boxes. They look, and if I get this wrong, correct me, androgynous. There you go. As you see them approach the bar, and they have a wood and metal-like face. Like their neck and the back of their head is a smooth oaken sort of colouring of wood, and their face is plates of metal that go around the cheekbones, the forehead, around the eyes, and there is a glowing silver light to the eyes. When they speak, there is a softer voice that comes out as they order a round of ales, but you don't see who they're ordering the round of ales for. If you wish to act on that, please let me know and we'll come back to you.
I'm just gonna watch how that pans out. I'm not gonna be like, hello.
Just as an FYI to Kesfion,
Yeah.
never have you ever seen such a race. So,
No, he's
cool.
gonna not outwardly just be like, but it's gonna just kind of like continue to like sip whatever drink he's got and just kind of see how this pans out.
Cool. As they get their drinks and they go sit over across to a table by themselves, and they put out 5 tankards just at chairs for nobody that's there yet, but you can assume they're expecting guests. And they sit and they begin to drink. They're very like, you see their hands are similar, like the main bulk of the when you see the sleeve move when they're reaching for the drink is of a very nice, smooth, polished, oaken-coloured wood. You don't know if it is oak, but it's oaken-coloured.
Yeah.
And then metal plating around like the finger joint areas and stuff like this. Yep. And they're enjoying a drink, waiting
and
for...
they're consuming it, right?
Yeah, they just drink very similar to yourself, straight in. Yeah, they move like you do. There's no robotic movements from them. They're very natural the way they move. And they sit, they drink. There's flexibility in the metal and wood that you see. Ari and Dalethin. Dun dun dun. Cilla Black jumps out with a machine gun. So
Oh, 90s.
I need to get some little pop-ups for that. Pidge, sort me some pop-ups. That. So, Harry and Delphin, you go out into the market area. You leave the blue cask. You're out in the market area. What's the plan?
I'm staying 120 feet away from Ari at all times and just talking through message.
Cool.
Some wingman you are.
Alright, so that's that plan. Harry, what are you doing? Are you just going to go
Harry
directly looking, or...?
is gonna, just kind of look around like where we saw Elva before, kind of like look around the stores a little bit, look around the shops a little bit, and just kind of keep an eye out for her.
Give me a perception check.
Come on, you can do it. No, you can't. No, you can't. We got 5.
With advantage.
Hopefully, this will be the universe reasserting
Oh, that's
itself.
better. Okay. That's a 21.
Cool.
What a night.
There is no sign of her. But there is a tap on your shoulder.
Uh-oh.
From behind.
She's it.
Jeez.
You turn around and Elva is stood there. Hello, Harry. You're a wizard.
No wizard, Daddy.
You're a wizard.
I'm a what?
Not quite a wizard.
You're a bard. I didn't expect to see you here.
Yeah, it's
You see her looking around to see if you've got anybody with you.
Apparently not.
Eldritch Blast.
Message, don't worry, you got this.
What?
Message. Prick.
So what are you do? What are you doing in Malram?
He turns to her and he's like, "Can we have a chat somewhere?"
As long as it's just a chat, yes. And she'll wait for you to lead.
Message, persistent laughter.
Message, you're not fucking helping.
Harry, you step 121 feet away from Delphin. So where do you want to go for a chat? Are you wanting to go to an establishment like a cafe or somewhere you could sit, eat, drink, etc.? Are you just want to walk around one of the little flower bed types near the statue in the middle? Do you want to stand near the statue away from people? What's your let's have a chat scenario?
He's gonna want to be somewhere where he's not gonna necessarily be overheard. So weirdly, it's gonna be like one of the louder places, which is gonna be a bit strange. But he'd rather not be overheard by even like a shopkeeper or something. So he's gonna probably like go for like a little cafe or something somewhere.
Cool. So beyond these stalls, so a couple of the stalls have almost taster session type foods on to buy. Very small portions for you to go on, spend a couple of copper, maybe a silver, to get taster things. And then the buildings behind those stalls, as before, are more established trading shops, etc. And one of them is a cafe of sorts, in the sense that there is no alcohol there to drink. It is more midday snack food and warm or cold drinks made with flowers and fruits. And you can spot one across the way.
Kind of indicates towards it. Do you want a drink?
I could go for a drink, yes. She looks across and she goes, Leopold, and a gentleman turns around that you recognise by face, but it's not someone you've ever met, and they sort of just acknowledge Elva. Yes, Elva? I'm just going for a drink. I won't be too long. He looks at you, does Leopold. He's middle-aged, greying hair, doesn't show any recognition of yourself, just nods.
Does he have a gold sash?
He does.
How did I know? Uh-oh, we lost the jade.
The cat turned off her PC.
Oh no!
Oh!
So we've all...
Oh Oh,
we've all gone on an adventure.
Right, so while we're waiting, look at my squiffy cameras. So we've just got a raid from Trolls Medden. Thank you very much for the raid of 12, just in time to see. So our cameras have gone squiffy because Jade's cat has just turned her PC off, so she's going to reboot, rejoin the call, and then we should be good to go. So this lovely array that we've got going on the overlay at the minute isn't usually how we roll, but you know, we're going a bit Picasso tonight, so it's all good. So how is everybody? How are you all doing in chat? Welcome to the channel. We're playing D&D 5th Ed, which you know is obviously beautiful. It's a homebrew world of Colossus. What else we got? The campaign's called Fables Among Titans. It's wonderful, written by yours truly. We've got a 48-hour charity stream. Come on, Jade, hurry up. We're sponsored. Recovering from dad jokes. Jesus, I feel for thee. How was your session? Did it go well? I know you'll finish about 9 o'clock you'll finish, don't you? How did your session go? Was it good? Was it fun? You brought 12 over with you, so obviously a few of you enjoyed it. That's good, that's good. 39 viewers, kids. Watching us lot look like gimmers on an overlay. This is the greatest D&D show on the internet.
I mean, it's slightly less organised than usual. But yeah, I guess while we're waiting for Jade to come back, does anyone in the chat have any questions about the characters, what's happened so far? We'll do an impromptu Q&A while we wait for life to reassert itself. Much like the universe as a whole right now.
I've reset mine as well, AD, because the blur's there. So.
What, your camera? Brilliant. Just in for a penny, in for a pound there, Jamie. It's
We'll
just...
And then there were 3.
We'll just do a...
That's not too bad. That wasn't too bad.
Why do you not like...
There you go. Actually, that's
why do you not like a Kiku?
Right, before you get into that, Luke, the other one is better, I think. So, Ari...
I didn't see the first one.
So, no, the second one is descriptions of your players, for those that don't really know us, that don't know you lot. So, Caspian, you go first. Describe Caspian.
Thank you for throwing that at me, you wonderful bastard. So Caspian is just over 6 foot. He's kind of elven-ish looking. Long pointed ears. Quite tanned, but not as much as his sister, Sandria. He has long, dark hair, which has almost like a green undertone to it in certain lights. Pale sort of silver grey eyes, and is dressed of the Fae clans of deserts.
So, on that note, thank you very much for that description, Caspian. We'll have to wait till the cat joins in again for the rest of the character descriptions. But we do have a Jade back, that's wonderful. We'll check in, see if the cat's stapled to the wall.
you just honestly, you just cannot fucking
So, you'll have to find out why they don't like Lady Akiko and other parts. It's not that they don't like her. Well, they might do, they might not. Anyway, Harry, you head over to the... thanks for the raid, Trolls Medden. Thank you very much for coming in. We'll get on with it. So, Harry, you head over. Leopold gives a nod, doesn't recognise you. You start walking across to the cafe with Elva.
Can I just say, this is not on right now. This is my gold sash. It's over at the side.
As you approach the cafe, there is a bard-ick person. Not necessarily magical bard, they're just playing a soft tune as people approach. There's not that many people there, maybe about 3 or 4, one at the back. Most of the chairs and tables are outside, and there's a few inside. And there is a older couple that seem to be working inside and bringing out drinks and stuff to those couple that you've seen sat.
Harry gets a couple of just cups of tea or something.
Cool. You get a nice red berry tea. You know what I mean? And it's brought out to you by the old chap that appears to own the cafe, and he just nods at you two, puts them on the table. He's a little bit confused as to why Elva's stood.
Is she stood?
She
Oh,
stood at her chair.
Didn't pull out for you, heathen.
You're not there, Kesrion.
No, that was
Don't help the player. Do not help the player.
Sorry.
I mean,
From a
that's what
distance,
he's gonna
what
do.
Kes said.
Daisy chaining messages.
Don't want to now. That's what he's gonna do, but I don't want to now.
So you pull the chair out, yeah?
Yeah, he kind of like, sort of was just like,
She sits. You notice that she's incredibly well dressed. Like her clothing is very expensive. More expensive than when you saw her a while, not recently, but obviously in the good old days.
it's been a while.
Yes, it has. How have you been? I see you are a mercenary now. She doesn't. There's a look on her face of not liking that word.
I wouldn't call it mercenary, more adventurer.
Potato, tomato.
I see you're doing well for yourself.
I am. Well, after there became an opening in the promotional ranks, the apprenticeships, as it were, squires and such, that somebody left and their position needed taking, so I volunteered. And now I am an apprentice to the First Eagle.
Really, that's interesting.
Not as interesting as being told that the position was available, because I thought I knew the person who was being prepped. Turns out I was mistaken.
But you the person that was wooing me. Turns out I was mistaken.
She sort of shifts in her chair and drinks some of the berry tea.
It's tea.
This is it's very nice tea. Thank you for the drink. And you would have known me, or them, should I say, better, if it was only them that you were being involved in wooing or being wooed by.
Oh yeah, you don't understand.
You would have known them better if it would have only have been them you were being wooed by.
What time it was?
Give me a persuasion check.
He's being truthful.
Yeah, no, it's not for that. It's to determine what I say next.
It's a nat 1.
Oh!
Oh!
We have-
Got a reroll! Got a
Can I
reroll!
do a reroll?
If you want to use a reroll,
Because that is a bad time to have a nat 1.
you were about to get it.
That is a oh hang on, what's one?
Nope.
+4, nice. Dirty 20. We'll have
Oh,
that
nice.
instead, thanks.
Gosh!
Thank you for the rerolls, chat.
So you see, the reroll did come in handy for a socially awkward moment where somebody stumbled on their phone words. Just it wasn't Kes.
So, as that little exchange happens, she shuffles in her chair, drinks another bit of her berry tea, and she sort of turns towards you and sighs. I'm sorry, Harry. Your reputation scared me.
The reputation didn't exist until you after you left.
You are his grandson. I don't mean your reputation with... Harry, get your mind out of the gutter. She has a little smirk on her face. Is that all you think about? Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah. Get in the old.
Oh, boy.
You're his grandson. How was I ever supposed to live up to being on, with you? The expectation on my side, I couldn't bear it. I couldn't stand the pressure, and so I ended it.
Can you release them in person? Oh, that's a really good.
I was young and
Is he
immature.
breaking up through text?
Carry a pigeon.
This is why I didn't want any youth fuckers around.
I don't want to be there anyway.
As I said, I was scared. I was young. I was immature.
I was younger.
You were more important to me than I first expected. If I could go back, which I know is not an excuse, but I'd have sent an email. I wouldn't have used parchment. Anyway, let's just not speak of the past. I'm happy to see you here, and well, it seems you look well.
As to you. What is it that you come here for?
Tomorrow, I'm here for the Council of Ravens, or we've been travelling for the last month, I'd say. There's a lot going on amongst the hierarchy that I suppose you're not part of the loop anymore, being away from home. Your grandfather speaks of you often.
Sometimes I miss him, but it's difficult.
I do not know your mind, but I feel I know him well enough that he would welcome you back with open arms. Insight check, Harry.
Yeah. Then, I believe my insight is pretty good. Yes, it is. Haha. 17.
When she says, I believe he would welcome you back with open arms, she doesn't believe the conviction in her words. She's not lying to you, she just doesn't believe her own words.
We left on somewhat acrimonious terms. I'd like to think that would be the case.
Well, again, it doesn't seem a subject worth talking of, but I'm here on behalf of the House of Eagles to represent as the second to Hagen himself. So, and Leopold is also part of the representation of the Eagle. As you can see, there have been a few of us. We're going round. It's the first Council of Ravens I've been part of, to be fair, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking.
Okay, you know so little about why it is that they call these councils. Do you know any more about it?
I do. And if you give me a persuasion check, I shall maybe tell you.
Don't fuck it up. Don't
Let's
fuck
not
it up.
fuck it up!
Don't fucking know.
We've only got one more reroll.
For now.
22, we didn't fuck it up.
22.
Yep.
Now tell me what you truly desire.
Do you like bananas? So, she looks across and she starts looking around to see if anyone's nearby. And then she again takes more of her tea, sighs again, and says, It is to do with the fairies, the fae, those of the forests. There is a decision that has been made. A vote has taken place, and I fear where that vote will take Ravenholm itself.
It's taken place already, or it's taking place?
It's taken place already. We are merely announcing it to people. But I fear it is the wrong announcement to be making. But we are a nation allegedly built on democracy, despite having a king once, which doesn't feel very democratic, but
Surely if it's built on democracy, there's a council and people have a vote.
they did, and the vote went the way I didn't, or we of the Eagle didn't want it to go.
You voted against. Is that going to be announced later?
Ourselves and the House of Tor did not vote. We voted against. It has been put forward by the House of the Red Lady to strike at the forest, and despite saying, or at least many of us thought there was no such way to do a thing, that is their realm and this is ours, and as far as I know, that's how we've lived for generations. There's none of the... But the House of the Red Lady put an argument forward that the heir of Reinhardt has been found, which is horse shit. Excuse me. But they were convincing enough that those on the vote agreed with them and said that Ravenholm should try and take the power or the magic from the Copper Forest, despite not yet proving how they can get there. And the House of Tor were very vocal. They demanded proof, eyes on the item that could do this, or the person that had this skill with arcane or divine magics, but none was given, just a promise. But ourselves and the House of the Forged, we argued for many hours, but when it came to the vote, the Falcon, those of Tor, the Red Lady themselves, and the House of Lilies all chose that it was the best course of action. She looks, now she's told you, she looks like it's been lifted. She sort of slumps a bit, rather than holding her posture, she slumps a bit. She's holding her tea a bit more relaxed instead of noble-esque. It is not a good future I foresee in Ravenholm.
No, I would agree with that. It sounds like a declaration of war against the faith.
I don't believe the announcement is a declaration of war. I believe the announcement is there may be a war. I don't understand how they wish to speak with the forest and put forward terms of surrender.
We want to put forward terms of surrender, but then they want to fight against them. Yeah, I can see why you voted against it.
I think some of the houses hope... I believe the House of the Falcon, which you know to be the steward house of Ravenholm, who look after all Reinhardt's belongings and essentially what was in his will, and that province that Reinhardt ruled out of, the Falcons steward it, so the throne sits empty. They wish diplomacy, they wish to speak with the forest, with their king, queen, lord, lady, whatever power it is that rules the forest. But the House of Tor and the House of the Red Lady are very keen to physically take that power, as I don't believe they wish to share it. And I think the voice of the Falcon will fall quiet when steel is raised.
It's interesting. Just wish it would come to this. I wish that it wasn't such a choice that everyone had to vote on it.
Right.
Obviously. It's in my way settling.
If you know of any way we could stop it, slow it down, change their minds, I'm all ears. But I fear it is beyond my experience so far. I wish your grandfather was here in my stead.
I do want to go. There may be a way, but if I was to ask yourself and Leopold for your support, would you give it?
In what way?
If we were to try and bring some more diplomacy into the situation rather than steel.
I mean this in the nicest way possible, Harry, but your nobility, you kind of turned away. Like I would not dare. I think the words and thoughts and the view of you, if you are to put yourself forward to these people, will be lessened and harsh, for they will see you as a runaway. I know not why you left, but
It's gravy time.
And I do not think you. Well, I hope to think that you didn't run away, and there was a deeper reason. But I would support you in vying for peace rather than steel. I believe there will be loss of life on both sides, and I do not wish either. But I don't know how much strength supporting you would give anyway, as you are not in your rightful position.
Which is why I was asking you whether you would support us, the official representatives of House of Eagles, because I do not have that place anymore.
You could take it. And she sort of, like, she's had a light bulb moment. You could go back. Hagen, your grandfather, the first eagle, and she started leaning towards you now with excitement. You could take it. You could tell them otherwise. We can. I don't know. Like.
I couldn't take it. I couldn't go back.
Why? Why, Harry? Why did you run?
Your letter didn't make it very easy, but I didn't get along with them.
And yet you offer now to help out and to change their mind for peace, but you don't want to do it with any responsibility. How do myself and Leopold, who doesn't even know you, it seems, back you if you won't even take your rightful place and What can you offer? Why should I back you?
I have journeyed into the Feywilds recently with my companions.
Bit of shock on her face. Hold the phone.
I believe that we could help with the diplomacy effort, but you and Leopold are the rightful representatives of the House of Eagles, not myself. And so this is why I ask for your support if you're the same mind as myself, of just not wanting to steal, not wanting this to get to a war.
None of that is like, there's nothing there, that's just words, that nothing factual. I need to know what you're asking. Leopold will follow where I ask him to, but I need to know what you're asking me to follow. And Ari, I'm not. I can't risk. I'm squire to the First Eagle. I can't risk on a love I had when I was younger. This is a lot more than. We're grown now. We're older. This is a country at stake. I have responsibilities. You have responsibilities. You saying you have wandered the forest of the wilds, which is a crazy story. I wouldn't call you a liar, but how does you wandering the forest of the wilds give me confidence that you can push for peace?
I need to talk to my companions, but I think we all want the same end goal. Not to be a war, not to be fighting between Ravenholm as a whole and the Fae. Like, that just seems ridiculous. So, any means necessary to get to where we don't have that is kind of a good thing in my book.
I don't disagree, but who are you to change that? Who are you for me to support? If you are Ari, the grandson of the First Eagle, then I'll stand by your side. But if you're just Ari, the swashbuckler, lover, dancer, singer, I've seen you dance, you're not that great.
I'm not.
Then that is not a strength that the people of Ravenholm can stand behind. And your companions, and she takes a breath, from what I see are elven, I think, and I have nothing against them. I wouldn't have voted against otherwise. But you are trying to convince a nation of proud human heritage that have been told that the Fae are bad. So just keep that in mind when you speak to your companions, that any word of theirs will be severely not heard. It'll fall upon deaf ears.
Let's finish our tea.
Yes, let's. And she sits back. And as you quietly finish your tea, we're going to have a break, because it's 9:45.
That was awkward.
And I'm emotionally spent. I need a drink. So
I've almost ran out of popcorn after that.
Right,
We're
so-
running real low.
So thank you very much, viewers. If you're still on, please stick around for part 2. We're just going to go for a quick break and have a wee. So we're going to have a brew, have a bio break. During the break, you're going to see a little poster banner that is telling you information on the 48-hour charity stream we're doing at the end of August. If you follow the link to justgiving.com/team/heavy48, pick either myself, Kelly or Rob, and determining on which one you pick will let you know which charity you are donating to. They're at the bottom. It's very self-explanatory. And if you can throw a few quid there, please do. See you later, Dave. Have a nice night. Thanks for watching. But please stick around for part 2 if you can. We shall be back in about 10-15 minutes tops. See you in a bit, guys. See you in a bit. everyone, cool. Everyone's in the right place. They can.
I
They should be able to hear you now, and they can hear me now, I believe.
hear my cat.
Right, so welcome back. No cats were killed in the making of the advert. You have a mild preference for the Saturday lot, but you are biased. That's lovely. So, just for those at home, a Sharadal, Tess, plays in our Pathfinder group's games of D&D earlier in the day. So, welcome back after the break. If you're still with us, fantastic. If you've only just joined us, we're playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th Ed. It's a homebrew campaign, homebrew world. It's amazing. Go find us on social media. Just type in Heavyweight Gaming on pretty much any of them. You'll find us. Just before we go back in, big shout out to our sponsors, Ishana, who is a glass crafter, who is currently streaming right now on Twitch. You can go follow her on Instagram. Just put Ishana and you'll find her. Go check out Ruffworx Creative on Facebook. Type them in. You'll go see the brilliant woodwork and leatherwork that they do. You will have noticed a link popping up in Facebook in the chat. For Sawdust Swearwords, another very talented bunch of woodworkers. Go check them out. They're brilliant. Bardicinspirations.co.uk, loads of geeky stuff. Dice, just dice, lots of dice. They're I like these parchment dice, wherever are amazing. But they do dice bags, and they do candles, and they do mystery bags, and blah 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 blah. Go check them out. They're really cool. Plus, 2 of them are playing tonight, so I've got to say good stuff. But yeah, so lovely. Go check everyone out. Thank you very much. So, just before the break, the party are awaiting an announcement to be made in the town of Malran in the country of Ravenholm. There seems to be representatives from all over the place that have come to find out what's been said, or at least give that little announcement. One of them being Elva, a friend of Aristotle's past. And they've just had a quick little chinwag about what the announcement's going to be and what the crack is that's going on around the place at the minute. And they have discovered that there has been a vote of whether Ravenholm should or shouldn't aggressively take the magic, the power, the resource that is the Copper Forest, the fair wilds within Ravenholm. And that vote went in a 4-2. 4-2 of a yes, we should take it from them. But there is a small chance that diplomacy and talks of peace can be used. It's a very small chance. But it's still there, Kess. It's still there. The House of the Falcon, which is the one that represents they steward Ravenholm in the absence of a monarch. Even though they voted yes, they were strongly for diplomacy first with the leader of the Copper Forest. Whereas the House of Tor and the House of the Red Lady are very much nah, let's just do them now. But the House of the Forged and the House of the Eagles, they don't want this. They would rather there be peace. Ari has suggested that he can help in some way, shape or form, maybe possibly get towards that peace. So we left Ari having a brew, a very nice red berry tea with Elva at the small cafe. They were in silence just finishing their drink. Daelfin, you are 120 feet from Ari. All you will have noticed is at one point Elva got quite animated and then they settled down.
I'm out the way to give them privacy,
yep.
And just in case I'm needed.
Becky, are you okay? She stood on a child's toy and somehow remained standing while backflipping. If you're going to cry, can you do it into a cushion? Because if I need that sound effect in a sec,
you may need that sound effect in a sec.
I'll be crying myself, I think. So Zandria, you are in the bath. It's a very nice bath. And Kess, you are in the bar area just having a drink. This is all happening within the next 40 minutes to an hour. I say an hour again. So you're a couple of hours away from the announcement. But Ari and Daelfin have been gone just over an hour. And Zandria, however long you want to spend in the bath. 4 days.
Has anyone else shown up besides this unusual person.
Are you planning on going over?
I want to see who else shows up first.
So you're going to wait to see if someone shows up and not do anything before? Cool.
I'm not just going to like swagger over.
Well,
no,
he's
not Ari or Zandria.
The reason I asked is you have an hour, and during the hour people will turn up. So I wanted to know if you were going to go in before or during.
No.
Cool.
I'm going to see what happens first.
Cool. So about half an hour in, other people do turn up and start grabbing. They have a look around. They see the metallic and wooden person, wave them over. They go join them at the table, and you sat. Only 4 people turn up, despite there being 5 drinks apart. There are 2, a male and a female with blonde hair, both of them blonde, one a bit darker than the other. The male has the darker blonde. They don't look related or anything, they just have blonde hair. They are dressed in quite nice finery, and they have blue sashes with a lily pad leaf at the bottom of the sash. And they sit at the table. And then you see another male and female who have darker hair, and the male has a scruffy beard. It's not well kept. The woman has quite a this is such a weird description, quite a large forehead with a hairline that's right back. Both of them look to be heavy set, as if they are carrying quite a fair amount of meat. They don't seem to be armed or armoured, any of those 4, and they have the crimson sash with the 2 bull horns on it that you are very aware is the symbol of the House of Tor from Ebendorf. And they sit with this metallic wooden person, and they all just enjoy a drink.
So we've got blue, red, and silver.
Silver grey, yeah.
Silver grey, cool.
I'm just looking back on my notes.
And they're just enjoying a drink.
From memory and what little he could kind of see, do these seem like they might well have been the people that they passed, or
you haven't yet seen anyone else carrying sashes or wearing them in such a way so you could confidently
make a guesstimate. Yeah.
That they were the people on the road, but yeah.
Which might be staying here as well. Okay, I think he'll keep his distance.
Okay. Zandria, what is your plan? I mean, you've got
relax in the bath, and then not allowed. I'm going to assume there's no way of me acquiring a drink in the bath without leaving the bath to get a drink and take it back.
Do you think to yourself that you want a drink?
Yes.
There is a knock on the door, and a human young lass walks in.
No, you've ruined it.
You're in Ravenholm, like. But
I'm sorry, right? Ravenholm isn't all humans. You keep telling us there are other races there.
But it's mostly human.
It's mostly human. The human girl walks in and she just looks across. She keeps her head down. You requested a drink?
Wine, please.
A bottle or just a goblet or?
A bottle.
Okay. And she just leaves. About 10 minutes passes. She returns with a bottle of red wine. And she just puts it on the side. There is a goblet with it. And she leaves.
I am never leaving.
Just start clapping, see if the lights come on and off.
Just on off.
Where's the dimmer switch?
Lights on, lights off. So yeah, I'm gonna drink my bottle of wine in the bath whilst just chillaxing, enjoying the fact that I'm not being rained on and it's not fucking cold.
It really feels like you're sat in the waters of an oasis back home.
Yeah. This is why I don't want to leave. When I have finished my my bottle of wine, I will make my way back to the bar, where I will feel very relaxed.
Are you spending an hour in there, half an hour, or what?
Just spending a bottle of wine.
How big's the bottle of wine?
4 minutes.
What's the alcohol percentage on the wine?
You've no idea in about 4 goblets worth.
Okay. I'd say maybe about an hour.
Okay. So as Delphin and Ari, Delphin, you doing out? You just waiting for Ari to come back to you?
Just waiting for Ari.
Cool. Ari, you've sat there, you've drunk, walked, talked, had a brew. Very nice red berry tea. About 45 minutes has passed. You're about 15 minutes from the tavern itself. Obviously, this is all happening at the same time. Do you have further? I mean, feel free. It's your garden. I mean.
No, I think he kind of wants to get back to everyone else and get their opinion first before he does anything else.
So you just get up and leaving?
No, don't be nasty.
I just got a couple of bullet points. I need to make sure which one they do.
He kind of he finishes his drink and he's just like, it's been good to catch up with you again, actually. And I never thought I'd be saying that, but it actually has.
She does very well at hiding the blush that you notice.
He goes around the table, like takes a hand, like gives her a little like very gentlemanly kiss on her hand, and it's very much like, hopefully we will catch up soon.
How many hands has those lips kissed, Harry? There's a playful tone in her voice.
I was going to
that I can't
pull
off. Right? You know what I mean? If you once dated a caveman, right? That's.
He just kind of laughs and it's just like.
There's no good answer.
Doesn't answer. Kisses it again.
You are.
He takes his leave.
You are right. It has been nice. And she watches you walk away. Just tilts her head slightly.
Seeing Ari start to move, I'll just message, did you enjoy yourself?
He waits until he's actually back by his side and then kind of digs him in the side and is like, let's go.
Delphin summons a shadow katana.
Don't worry, I got this.
So, you make your way back to the tavern. You walk in. Kess is sat there at the table where you left him. He's about nine pints in. No, he's had a couple of drinks. Xandria is just now approaching the table, looking taller, a bit more refreshed, and a bit of as if you could get any more fire in her, but there's a tiny bit more coming towards you. And you all notice, obviously Kess has already noticed, the collection of people sat at a table that stand out a bit more because of their expensive dress. The sashes on their hips, Ari, you notice them straight away. House of the Forge, House of Lilies, House of Tor. For the first time, you see that wooden, metallic, humanoid person sat drinking with them. Ari, you kind of go, so that's what they look like. Like you've heard of them. But the rest of you, not a clue. And you sit. Go on, sorry.
The Forge. Right. Run through it again, because I've got it written down 2 different ways as to who voted against. So Eagle voted against and Tor voted against, and then I wrote down that Tor voted for it.
So the House of the Forged said no.
Silver and gold we like.
Okay.
Everyone
Cool,
else
so- no,
can get
okay.
bent.
Yeah, exactly that, to be fair.
Yeah.
That wasn't intentional, but that's how it's worked out.
The roads
Red
go two
wheat-
different
no.
ways, apparently.
Red are crap, white's crap,
Blue's crap.
blue's crap.
Green, sort of.
Green's
green-
kinda.
But it's up to
Green.
you, but yeah. So yeah, so the Eagles said no, and the House of the Forged said no.
Sorry, I just realised I've written it down two different ways, and I was like,
So you're now all at the table with Kess. Drinks and food, if you so wish. You are about an hour and a half, maybe, before 4 hours before sunset.
Did you manage to get any news?
got quite a lot. Do we want to retreat to the room?
He'll kind of glance once more back to the collection of folk.
That's where his
who'd
eyes
come
are
in.
like, nope. Not taking it.
And then head into the room.
Before Kes was going to sort of raise my hand slightly, maybe a different place than in here. We've already encountered people in here that we didn't expect. Just perhaps somewhere out and away, if we're doing secrecy, rather than hiding in a room with looks over at the people such as people who are trying to avoid talking about or to.
That's probably a very good idea.
You'll just kind of shrug and gesture kind of to them, or go where you recommend.
While I was out and about, did I see anywhere that looked like it was open, quiet, and not getting a lot of people around it?
What is in an establishment to sit and drink, eat, buy clothes?
This establishment, peace garden, literally anywhere.
Yeah, there's quite a few little gardens around the place. Yeah, you could easily find a spot that would be a bench to sit at.
That might be a better option then. I've already got my bag.
Hey, we got another set of raiders. Thank you, Clockwork SJ.
Sean!
Hey!
How you doing, Sean? Thank you very much, guys. So yeah,
Is there no?
Go on.
Is there any of your magics that would help Haidar?
Not really. It's not. It's something I could look into getting at some point, but at the moment, I kind of have a one set of tricks.
To be honest,
I'm just aware that
being in somewhere relatively busy that's quite loud.
Problem with being in somewhere busy that's loud is anybody who's even nearby might want to then take certain information and sell it on. I mean, the fewer people, the better, I feel.
I just worry over who we might bump into out there. At least for now, our room's unknown.
At the worst case scenario, we can talk like this. It'll be slower, but it'll be more private.
He's just messaged you, just so you know, Kes.
Yeah.
No, he's just talking normally.
We could just talk that So
I think we should use our room, but if you think it would be wiser to leave, then
the room isn't private here. It's got multiple beds in that anyone can come into at any time.
It's gravy
We should
time.
probably find somewhere else.
Thank you very much, Clockwork, for the 2-month subscription. You are a legend.
well, lead on. We'll want to try and do this reasonably quickly.
I'm going to head for one of those gardens that look quiet.
Cool. You all follow Delphin?
Yeah.
You go out the tavern. You take a left. You potter down past the market stalls, the big market stall area, and you see these deliberate little gardens with benches in them, small arrangement of colourful flowers, a few roses, bluebells, etc. They are very well taken care of, presentable. It's very nice. You find one that is nobody in it. There are 2 benches there, and one on a 90 degree, just sort of facing this 2 beds of red and white roses.
Keep an eye out while Larry talks.
Delphine, give me a perception check.
That is 18.
Cool. Harry, talk.
Go boy, go!
Go. Yeah, so I found my old friend, shall we say.
Was she able to give you an idea of the lay of the land?
Yes. Unfortunately, it's what we feared, which is that the Council of Ravens has already voted, and they're going to renounce it with the result of the vote. The result of the vote is that essentially Ravenholm voted to go up against the Fae of the forest.
Kess will say some very
First
choice
two.
words in
Sylvan.
and so-
Yeah,
yes.
that's the response Andrea is going to give.
Harry responds and so
Delphine has stood there looking dazed and confused. Oh, he does not speak Sylvan.
Sounds like devil speech to you, Delphine.
I'm just going to rattle off why there's no one involved in any of this in Bay Elvish and carry on.
And then in Elvish, I will reply with the exact same words I just said in Sylvan.
Oh, well, now I'm involved.
So after you've all had a sweary rant, carry on.
In various languages.
So that's you. They're just gonna they're just gonna start a war.
Not outright.
When have
Current-
humans ever not just started a war outright?
Hmm.
Give me an history check.
I'm going to assume that was.
I can't imagine the DC will be high on that. That is a 17.
17.
Yep.
This knowledge is for you to decide whether you share or not, just on your statement of whenever the humans not started it. Etoria lost its empire because the Fae struck first. That is your cool. That's your knowledge. Exactly why I said it's up to you.
Needless to say, they had a vote, and there's obviously this 6 houses as represented by the settlers.
Is there anything that we can do about this? It doesn't matter if they voted, it doesn't matter if one person made the decision. What matters is there anything that we can do to stop this absolute bloodbath?
It was 4 against 2. The House of Eagles and the House of the Forged voted against it. And then the Falcons, one of the Green Sashes, they were,
I don't care about your human
I'm trying
politics.
to explain, Caspian. I'm trying
Explain
to
how we can fix this. It's happened.
Can we convince one of the voting houses to change their vote? Would
That's
that
what
do
I'm trying
anything?
to explain.
Which of the 4 that voted would be the easiest to convince otherwise?
Well, considering I was going to say that the Forge were basically apparently very much for diplomacy first, before Steel happened. That's what I was trying to get around to. But
It was the Falcons.
That's what I said, didn't I?
You said the
You said the forged.
Because you made me read my notes really fast. I wrote them all down.
The Falcon were happy for diplomacy over steel.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Falcon. The Forge voted with the Eagle.
Yes.
See, this is why I wanted to establish this out of character first, so I could do it. And I still messed it up.
So are the Forged... Would they be the easiest house to convince otherwise?
They already voted against it, along with the Eagles. The ones to convince would be the Falcons, which are... So they would be the ones to convince. The apparently the Lilies and the Red Lady all were very much against diplomacy. Especially the Red Lady.
Of course, they've already been.
I was going to say, that doesn't surprise me considering they're already finding their way in and causing trouble.
Did you find out how they were getting in?
I believe that everyone knows that. So I didn't necessarily share that I knew more about how they were getting in, because I figured that wasn't actually a thing for me to share with my knowledge.
We don't know how they're getting in.
Well, we saw that they set up a demonstration. If our knowledge and their knowledge is the same, they know that much. But it takes more than just power, it takes something to do the thing. Otherwise you could just juice anyone up and rip through the barrel.
We need to find out how they're getting through, and we need to see if there's a way that we can stop this, because the copper forest will only be the start.
I think, if I may, the first thing we need to do is just have a way of telling the landlord. Because at the moment, they're not, the copper forest is unaware. If they're aware, they can defend themselves.
And perhaps call for reinforcements if things go south.
Which they will.
Surprisingly, I'm hoping it doesn't.
I'm literally just going to turn on the spot and just look at Xandria with this confused look, and then turn back.
She spoils for a fight. Is there any... You hold some standing. I won't even pretend to even start to understand how any of this works. What are our chances? Is there any way of us trying to stop this, or are we best to turn tail and make a stand? I don't know what our options are.
Ulva believed that there could be some chance for diplomacy, because the Falcons were but she was of the opinion that you need a strong leader to do that.
And
Diplomacy, it's not a leadership.
Maybe she can make an insight check on Ari.
Mm-hmm.
Go on
Can I roll against it?
then. Not yet.
Adding
Oh yeah.
Total is 17 after rolling an 18.
16.
16 and 17. Cass, you're just blissfully Cass.
No, Kess. Kess doesn't think Harry would lie to him about this,
Cool.
so he wouldn't insight check him.
All right. You may roll if you so wish.
Rolling.
You want to roll a deception?
I guess?
Oh, actually, that ain't bad. I got a really high deception. 21.
Oh, bollocks and hell.
Yeah, Harry's confidently speaking.
Okay.
Who knew the rogue bad would be good?
We'd have a deception at the wazoo, yeah. So, what do we do? You know the lay of the land in this sense better than any of us.
There's not been a Council of Ravens for a very long time. Elva said herself this was the first one that she attended. The first one that's been called in a long while. I don't know whether it's better to wait for the announcement tonight.
But if we already know what the announcement's going to be, I don't even know if an extra hour headway on this makes any difference anymore. You're saying that we should. There's a way that this could possibly be solved diplomatically. I don't know how we would do that. You're talking about councils of ravens and people with different sashes making votes as to whether we get wiped out. You need to give us more than this. What plan do we make?
I don't have any more. I don't.
Harry, do you know who the leader of the House of Ravens? Was it Ravens? Ravens.
Falcons.
Falcons. There's too many fucking birds, man. Do you know who the leader or the representative of the House of Falcons is who voted in the council? Or could you find out?
I don't know them personally, but I know that it's the only one that we've seen in the party that's wearing the green sash.
Right. We have a very short time frame before this gets announced. We are best using that time to try and convince that representative otherwise. If we can do that before the announcement, then perhaps even at the announcement they can announce they are changing their vote. And I'm assuming with 3 votes for yes and 3 for no, there would be no actual announcement. They would have to reconsider. Is that correct?
I mean, in new diplomacy, they've called people together for a reason to vote on the situation. If somebody changes their vote, then yes, that would need to be reconsidered as far as I'm aware.
Then we have time.
We have an hour to find this person in a green sash.
Just before we do, Harry, for definite, is it possible to change the vote once it's done? Or are we about to go on a wild goose chase?
You've no idea, Harry.
That's what I was going on. I don't know. This hasn't happened in a very long time. I don't know all the ins and outs. I haven't been involved in this in a very long time. Politics are really becoming complicated, to say the least.
Yes, I'm sensing that. This is the best chance we have, the best option we have right at this moment. If we can do it, if we can change their mind and make them reconsider, that gives us more time. Then we can alert Colleen and we can put in backup plans for if they once again vote on yes.
I just don't know how we're going to convince them.
We need to find them first. There were a group in the coloured sashes at the table. I was going to say that the one in the silver sash had bought what looked like drinks for enough, but there wasn't anyone in the green sash there. I don't know if they were expected to show up or what.
Before we go further on this, I'm just gonna again play devil's advocate to this. How are we gonna this? What do we have to offer? 'Cause that's the only thing that's gonna change mind if there's a better offer on the table.
Whatever they want.
You can't make that promise.
No.
We need to find out what it is that could change their minds. If there is anything that can slow this down or stop it, and it's in my power to give it, then they can have it.
Oliver said something, but I don't think it would work.
What was that?
Jedi claim representative of House of Eagles, that would be enough.
Would that change the
I don't
vote?
think it would. I've been out of this for a very long time. Like, they are the representatives. They said they would back. Well, Alva said she would back me.
Would their backing change anything?
They're already voting no.
Yeah, they were already voting no. I don't think it would. We need to convince.
We need to find this representative of the Falcons and at least try and plead a case. And after that, we can deal with the chips as they fall after. Has anyone seen the green sash around today?
Only
This
when
isn't-
you first got to market did you see all of them every now and then.
Yeah.
I have not seen them.
I have an idea. You said that the House of the Falcon wants diplomacy.
Yes.
What was their plan for this?
Bear with. Your
Very
call is
fine.
important to us.
Your call is very
Just,
important to
just
us.
an alliance, sorry. They wanted a peaceful alliance.
Okay. Yeah.
Fucking done.
Also, for chat's benefit, I ran the numbers and tried to the representatives doesn't work.
Yeah, I that was my first fault. That's why I was going diplomacy.
They would rather have a peaceful alliance than have war.
But who did they want to talk? Did they want to speak to the Copper Forest? You said.
Yes, to whoever. Well, I guess we know the main representative of the Copper Forest.
They don't.
I wasn't going to
do
let
they?
on to my contact that I knew who that was. 'Cause that seemed a
Harry,
little.
They don't know, do they? They don't know who the representative is. And I'll look at the two saying I do.
I will say to Harry, you cannot equivocally state they don't know who.
Yeah.
If Mel thinks Harry believes that, then that's cool. Just so Mel knows it's your interpretation rather than fact.
Yes. Harry will make that clearer though. Well, I don't believe that Elvin knew who it was, but I could be wrong.
But we could deploy them on their behalf, perhaps. As we do have two representatives of the same realm.
You raise a good point.
If that's just brought to their door, then diplomacy is already upon them, why waste the chance?
It's worth a shot.
You just need to find them.
Village of the Dragon or District of the Lamp is my first guess. It's where the others will.
And perhaps
I guess.
we should get moving.
We head on out.
So you are to leave the tavern and head into which one? Which district? The Village of the Dragon or the District of the Lamp?
Do we send one person with message to each sibling?
And you're not in the tavern, are you? Sorry, my
Not
bad.
far.
No.
If the distance is
Gone.
120
Yeah.
feet, it won't make a difference. We would be able to do it.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he meant literally.
Oh, no.
I think he meant. Well, I'll let Kess clarify that. When you said send to each sibling, did you mean split the party? Yeah. Delphin, you thought he meant cast a spell.
No, he said send a
With message.
someone with message with each member, and if I go to 2 separate.
Okay. So
wouldn't
I'll shut up and let you lot roleplay. Just let me know when you need me. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, drink your brew. Drink your brew. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, we can do this one of two ways. We can systematically pick a point, or we can make a giant scene at the exact point in time of the announcement so everyone sees it around by just showing up when they do and saying we are here to declare.
I
That
would
way it can't
rather.
be ignored. Or you can't be assassinated.
That's also a very good point. And I do love a show.
I hate a show.
I know you do.
Then I would say it would be Xandria who's the diplomat.
Oh no. What a shame. Whatever will I do?
TPK. What?
Have you ever
Hellish
Seen.
rebuke.
Xandria do anything diplomatically in your life?
Up until under 5 minutes ago, I didn't see Xandria try to find peace. That changed 5 minutes ago.
Do you think it would work? And you'll aim that to Xandria.
It is the best option we have right now. If we can try and avoid a war,
If you think this is the best way to try and make that change, then that's what we'll do.
If it's any consolation, your the Death Knight, as it were, definitely knows that we were in the Copper Forest, and definitely knows we stood for the Copper Forest. So there's that's actually adding to us rather than taking away from us. We just have to square it afterwards with the Copper Forest, because we've taken a lot of liberties.
We will keep what we say brief.
Even if it's just
Leave.
to arrange another time to talk.
Trust me when I say this, Delphin, if there is one thing that runs in our blood, it is not making a promise lightly. That we cannot keep.
Very well. I would also suggest, as potentially a backup plan, that Ari is in the crowd but not stood anywhere near, distanced as far as possible from
Us.
looking like he's just pumped someone for information.
Yeah.
agreed.
That's my plan. If there was an alternative,
So your
I-
plan, just so I can clarify, your plan, Delphin, is to essentially gate crash the announcement with the representation that is Andrea of the Copper Forest. Delay your announcement till we've talked, type thing.
your mama won't come to bargain.
Yeah, cool. Anyone else got on?
No. Then I say we make sure that we put on the best face that we can and represent.
Agreed.
Okay. Harry?
I think that plan is a lot better.
So, you're going to wait the hour-ish, so you've got an hour to prepare. Do you wish to do any preparation?
Yes, I am preparing. Jade is preparing mentally, physically. What the fuck she's gonna say without doing a dumb?
Yep.
Yeah, because Zandria might be a badass.
Now you know how I feel when I was like, oh no, backstory time, I see.
Dalethon,
Mm-hmm.
not just out of the corner of your eye, you see something that attracts it, and you turn and you look towards the market area, and in a very long blood red jacket, real nice. It overlaps from the right all the way across to the left shoulder, and has the gold buttons going down the side, very much like Sharp's sort of jacket.
Yeah,
I don't know how to describe.
Double-breasted.
There you go,
Yeah.
double-breasted long jacket, right down to the ankles. Obviously, parts enough for the legs to walk. It is. Look at me, I'm in a blood red long jacket. Yep. Carrying a red rose in their hand, with nightshade blue skin and white hair tied in a ponytail. It's just
Well,
one.
Lady Akiko's here, isn't she?
And just for a whole moment, I thought a fucking Toreador had walked into the, into the scene, and then you said the skin, and I was like, still Toreador.
And it's just walking around the market square with this red rose in their hand. They're obviously a distance from you, and it is Gabriel.
In Bay Elvish. Fuck no.
In Elvish, what is wrong now, Dalefin?
I'm just gonna point.
And you all see Gabriel in the market square in a long red jacket with a red rose, hair tied back, loving life.
Oh, he's looking for his missus.
Gabriel has the ear, though. Do you think
Bargaining
he would be-
with Gabriel? Really? You want us to bend the ear of Gabriel to get favour? Now, there are some things I'm willing to do in life, dear brother. Bend his ear is definitely not one of them. I don't.
I'm not suggesting that we bend his ear. I suggest that possibly
He bends others.
I'll do it.
Okay, well, if he wants,
might
if
be
he
my
wants to
guest.
go for it. You know, he might be into. Actually, we know he's into Bay Elves. It's fine. Go for it. Go for it.
In the worst case scenario, I will run interference and try and keep him out of it. Because if he suddenly shows up and starts making sort of comments about where we've been and what we've done and everything else, it could go bad. Because he's got a lot of info on us.
Is it worth trying to put? No, I don't even know why I opened my mouth.
I hope you weren't going to say what I thought you were going to. That would be the worst idea. And you've had some pretty bad ones.
Well, I was merely thinking.
It's
you know,
not even.
He's
It's not even worth entertaining.
he's the
around here.
lover of Lady Akiku,
We
and
are
she
not
seems
blackma-
rather fond
we
of
are
us.
not blackmailing Gabriel.
I wasn't saying blackmailing him. I was merely saying he is the lover of Lady Akiku. She seems to like us. Perhaps she could convince him to.
Lady Kiku, the wanted criminal from the House of Tor.
Yes, but
We're not asking her to
We're
persuade
not
the House
asking-
of Tor. We're asking Gabriel, who can possibly be persuaded.
I'll go and see what the situation is.
Are you going to go speak to Gabriel?
Please.
If he's there, why not?
he's there. He looks handsome. He's got a rose. Dalefin is well up for a bit of loving right now.
Jesus.
Those who are about to enter.
just so you know,
the
AJ, this
Coliseum, we salute you.
Just so you know, AJ, this ain't no fair to blackmail. That's getting it. Just so you know. So
No one's ever questioned Delphin's preferences.
you leave this lot in the rose garden as Jade tries to kill her cat, and
He deserves it. No.
Delphin, you head across the market area. You go past the statue of Bahamut, straight up to, well, I'm assuming straight up to Gabriel, and he turns and says, "Ah, Delphin, how are you, you handsome devil?" And he smells his rose.
Not too bad, Gabriel. You're looking particularly well dressed.
Obviously.
For this climate, anyway. It's not very rainy for the rich you're wearing.
I'm not wet.
That is true. I assume possibly some arcane powers to that.
Talent, my dear boy, talent.
Is it speed enough to dodge raindrops? I'm somehow not surprised. A drink, sir. On me.
Okay. Where do you wish to drink?
I'm assuming the blue cask was reasonably close to here.
Yes, about 10-15 minutes.
Shall we, blue cask?
Oh, the dwarven establishment. Oh,
They do good beer.
don't go all out, Delphin, will you? Okay. So he steps up next to you and he links his arm into yours.
I am happily with his and head towards the blue cask.
And he's just playing away with the red rose. He smells like cherries.
Like cherry blossom, almost, maybe.
Indeed.
So, what brings you to this fine portion of the world?
I am on a date. And he sort of gives you a little nudge.
Oh, I see. How is the lady people?
You outdo me, Delphin. She is wonderful, beautiful, awaiting me, or I am awaiting her.
If I'm intrigued to interrupt, I apologize. I'm not wishing to keep on my
I'll not pass up a free drink, Delphin. My tastes are expensive, though, dear elf.
I've got a few gold. It's going to be enough to get you at least the one to get your day courage up, shall we say.
It is a lovely place around here. And you arrive at the blue cask.
And I'm just going to try and run interference while this lot do what they're doing.
So you think. So,
So I think.
you walk in at the blue cask, you sit the people across the way, you see the representatives in the red sashes, the House of Tor, look across, and Gabriel, fireball.
I'll have to insist.
The male and female from the House of Tor, the heavy set, they look like the twits from Roald Dahl. He says, he just goes, evening, afternoon, Egon and Rayna, how are you? They just look at him and look back to their drinks, just ignore him. So rude. Samo! Samo's bolt upright as soon as he hears his name, as he steps, as he comes round from the corridor where the rooms were and sees Gabriel there. Give me an insight check.
So 20.
Fuck me. Hatred, distrust, if he could put a sword through Gabriel, look in his eyes.
I'll give him the look that goes, I know.
I've got you, brother. I've got you. Shortly after, Lady Akiku comes around the corner in her beautiful dress of yellows and greens with a mix of orange and reds in there. It doesn't cling, it just moves with her. And you swear there's a breeze about her, and her hair's just flowing. She's probably cheating. And Gabriel just stands, leaves you on the table, and he puts the rose into your chest. Hold this, Delphin. And he just steps away from you. And he is the most overly cheesy. He sort of puts his arm behind him and sort of like double steps towards her. And she slaps him.
Marvellous. A lady after my own heart.
As she slaps him, she says something to him in very Elvish that you understand to be. Give me a perception check.
Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
No,
I want to
AJ.
know.
Who's still got a reroll?
AJ,
Got a six-
that's what she says. She says, "Give me this." No, I don't want you to roll the dice. No,
Oh,
carry on.
right,
So
yeah.
what did you get? What did you get? You rolled a 16.
I got a 16. Yeah.
Cool. So in Vey Elvish, you hear her roll a 1. Roll a 1. You hear her say a collection of words. You don't get the exact sentence. The meaning's very obviously there. You hear the words "die," "my heart," "I've sold it," "don't," again, "me."
I'm just going to take that moment of pure pleasure at watching Gabriel strike out that hard.
with your insight check of Samo, he is stoic, but you can see a smile in his eyes.
While Gabriel's back's turned, I'm just going to go.
Gabriel steps back, takes the slap and the words. You can see a slight slump in his shoulders, and then he turns, and as he's storming out of the tavern, give me an insight check. Insight check.
That is a
17? Yeah, 17. You see in his eyes intent. Yep, and he storms out of the tavern. And when he storms out of the tavern, you hear a
so big round is there.
There's no Gabriel.
I'm just going to be left there holding this rose, I guess.
Yes.
Give Samo and Lady Kiko a very respectful nod.
She turns and walks back up the corridor. Samo gives you a very low nod.
I will leave the rose in a puddle of beer. Back out.
It's like,
Masterpiece.
It's like it's literally Christmas.
Best day ever.
so whilst that half an hour's passed, you've got half an hour before the announcement is to be made in the market square. Is there anything you wish to do now before, or do you wish to wait for it to happen?
I think if Xandria is posing as the kind of diplomat, quote unquote, then Kess will be making sure that he's kind of set up to look like he's almost like the bodyguard.
Okay, yep.
For that, make sure that they look like they're there as representatives, tidy everything up, make sure they look sharp and sort of as well put together as they can with what they've got, which is not a lot.
Okay.
Harry will probably take the time to also go and have a bath, because he hasn't actually done that yet. And like,
We've got half an hour, so.
Yeah, half an hour. It's
quick bath.
run in and jump back out again.
Yeah.
But he'll essentially, like, he'll also kind of tidy himself up as well, because he knows in the back of his mind that this might all go horribly wrong.
Cool.
Right?
So, Harry's going to get a bath.
Yep.
Xandria's going to prep. Kesfion, you will do fine at looking like a bodyguard. It's not like you've never protected one another before. Dalefin, you will have joined these. You've had your bath.
First one was, I'm just going to tell in total detail what happened, and then leave it.
You have your washes. You hear the bell ring loud. You hear the two horns blown, and a call for people to turn up to the market square. As you approach, you see before you the representatives of the House of Lilies in their blue sashes, the House of the Forged in their silver grey sashes, the House of Tor in their crimson blood sashes. You see the House of Eagles in their golden sashes. You see a single representative from the House of the Falcon with their green sash. You then see the Death Knight, known as Ulrich Steinson, Lord Protector of the Red Lady, leading a squad. There's quite a large collection, you reckon about 15, of long white robes, with hoods on them back. They have beige grey wraps around their arms and near their legs to keep any bagginess from interfering with combat, say. But they carry no weapons or armour, and they follow Ulrich out. There is no sign of Ulrich's 2 vampiric guards that he had with him earlier on, but Ulrich leads these 15 white-robed people out. They walk with grace, they walk with a swagger that shows all of you there that they have had some form of training in the similar arts that yourselves have. There is a stage erected quite quickly in the market area, in a U shape, with the statue of Bahamut at the centre of the U shape. There are then chairs placed, and it is a very nice quick setup for the representatives to take the stage. As they take the stage, these 15 white-robed folk, men, women, blonde, dark hair, brown hair, it's, you know, there is an eclectic mix of these 15, all stand around the U shape. People have now started gathering in the square to listen to what this Council of Ravens is going to be said. There are a couple of extras to this little display of what's going on, where they've got small wooden crates that they open, and ravens bugger off into the sky because it's cheaper than doves. And it's quite a big. It's quite a big theatric display while this all gets set up. Horns are blown. There's a bit of music played as they enter. There is a buzz about the audience, about the people there as they're coming out of the taverns and further from in the town that you guys have not yet interacted with or investigated, seen, etc. But there's quite a thick crowd now in this market square waiting to be told. It's been years since the Council of Ravens has been brought to any of the towns, so they're excited, there's a buzz in the air, they're anxious, they want to know what's going on, and you get the representatives up on this stage. All the 15 white-robed warriors, if you want to call them that, all have a sash hanging down their left hip with a hooded wolf at the bottom of the sash. Yep. Ari, give me a history check.
Oh, natural 19 plus
Oh, cool.
3.
That's fine. It's Ronseal. They are the Knights of the Hooded Wolf. Specifically the Knights of the Hooded Wolf. They all stand there, and as there's a brief moment, every one of them, I really don't want to do the sound effect, but I'll do it anyway. Every one of them just reaches out their hand, and you get a flash of greens and purples, and a zzz, 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 and they all summon long swords in their hands. Exactly the same way Xandria summoned her weapon. Yep. As they summon these long swords to their hands, you're muted, Delphin. As they. Okay. They all summon long swords to their hand, put them across their chest in a bit of a salute, and then they hold them pointed at the floor, ready. They look like they'll be ready to use. As they summon them, you see a shimmer of arcane blue go across every one of them. Daelfin and Xandria, you know this to be the spell Mage Armour. They didn't use a component, they didn't speak. They just, on demand of that longsword summoned to their hand, a Mage Armour took hold upon them all. The same small, slender person they said that announced that the Council of Ravens would be happening at this particular time, stands upon the stage, and he blows the horn once, he faces the crowd, puts his arms out, and says, "That's the end of the session, we'll see what happens next week."
Beautiful.
So, that gives Jade some time to think about what she's going to say. Now, thank you very much for watching. We're going to call it there. It's 11:05. We don't want to be carrying on. People still got work and stuff tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. We've had 3 raids tonight, I think. So thank you very much to Trollsmedden, Clockwork, Pigeon.
Pigeon.
So yeah, Sean, Pidge, and Trollsman. Thank you very much for raiding us. Thank you very much for watching. Tess, you're amazing. You chat more than anyone I've ever met. Thank you very much for watching. Please look us up on social media to see when we're going live pretty much every night from 8 o'clock. Find out what we're doing. If you want to get involved in the 48-hour charity stream, let us know. Neither have we, Tess. That's why we're playing games. Let us know. Go jump on the Just Giving link. It's on my Facebook page or the Heavyweight Gaming page. You can follow it, donate someone if you can. It'd be great. It'll be 48 hours on the 28th of August to the 30th of August. And we'll be just doing loads of gaming. So if you're free and around, jump on. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see what happened, or you missed a bit, or you've only just joined, go watch the VOD on Twitch, or wait till I put it up on YouTube. Either way, watch it and let us know what you think. Yeah, that's about it really. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much, players, for joining in. It was very deep. Lots of stuff got done. It was cool, for at least for me. I don't know about you lot watching, but you'll just have to suck it up and enjoy it. So yeah, tell your friends about us. Bring more people. The community's great. It's so cool having you guys watch and listen and jump in. So take care of yourselves and say goodbye, players.
Goodbye, players.
Bye, players.
Bye. Bye. Bye.